What's happening? Oh, I've just been born. Wait. My eyes! They don't work! Am I blind? Yeah, pretty much. And you'll be that way for the next 6 weeks. It's crazy because who would have thought such a cute, pink, helpless, and blind cub like you would one day grow up to become the Chuck Norris of the animal kingdom? Just like the mustache man, no one could have predicted that, right? Right? Well,
A few moments later.
you're already 6 weeks old, which means you can now open your eyes. Congratulations. Or maybe not congratulations, because to be honest, being able to open your eyes doesn't suddenly make your life a lot less suckier, as you'd soon realize you've been born in a nest underground with nothing much to see. It's bare with no grass or leaves to make it softer, and you'll need to wait another couple of weeks before you can go outside and have a proper look around.
More moments later.
It's now 2 months since you were born, and it's about time you step out to see the real world. Hey kiddo, up you get. We're going outside. Time to start your honey badger training. You emerge from your nest after 2 months underground, and you get your first look at your surroundings, or at least, as well as those little eyes will let you, because you still can't see very well. It will get better as I grow older, right? No, not much is going to change because honey badgers have poor eyesight. You don't have good hearing either. They'll come in useful later, but for now, they're not much good for anything. As you step out into the light, you start to notice that you have white hair on your back. Yeah, you were born pink, but your skin started turning gray about a week after you're born. Your hair started growing about a week after that, and you're starting to look more like a honey badger. This is good because other animals with any sense will know not to pick a fight with you. You also notice that Dad has not been around since you were born. Mom, where's Dad? How do I say this? Well, it's simple. You'll never meet him. Males just do the dirty deed and leave. Male honey badgers are not known as great romantics, and they don't stick around to help raise the kids. In fact, there's not much affection in honey badger society, so don't expect any. Other than maybe from your mom, if you're lucky. But now that you're fresh out of your nest, you've got 2 main things to worry about. Learning how to get something to eat, and how not to get eaten. For now though, Mom will continue to feed you whatever she manages to catch until you're off the milk, so you don't need to worry about hunting just yet. There'll be plenty of time for that later. You do need to learn how to defend yourself immediately though, because there are lots of animals out there that will eat you if they can, probably because you're tiny. But what you lack in size, you have to make up for it in braveness and pure stubbornness. You're about 4 months old now, and Mom stopped giving you milk, but she's been teaching you how to hunt. You've been catching things like insects and small lizards. You're not fussy, and you'll eat anything that comes your way. You prefer meat, but you'll also eat berries, plants, roots, or whatever else you find. But today, you have a new lesson to learn. Mom finds a beehive, and you smash it open together. And of course, a load of bees fly out and start stinging you. Nice start. But you don't care because you're a honey badger. You have skin that's 1/4 of an inch thick, so the stings don't bother you much. And those ugly ear flaps on the sides of your head? Turns out you can close them so the bees can't get in and sting you inside your ears. You also have a secret weapon, an reversible anal pouch. Basically, this is a pouch in your butt that you can turn inside out, and when you do that, it drops a stink bomb. It's a pretty disgusting trick to pull, but it can come in handy in all kinds of situations. And one of these is right now, because the pong you produce when you open your anal pouch is enough to calm the bees right down. So go ahead, let one rip, and eat your fill. You're normally active during the day, and at night you burrow into the ground to sleep. You prefer to steal someone else's old home whenever you can to make the job easier. Empty warthog or aardvark burrows are good, and you'll even dig into an old termite mound when one's available. Those long claws on your front feet make it easy work. During the day, you spend your time wandering around looking for anything that looks like food. The problem is, lots of the bigger predators in your neighborhood are also up and about during the day, and sometimes you bump into them when you're out foraging. A year-old honey badger isn't afraid of a few lions though, so you and your mom stand your ground the way she taught you. You want a piece of me? Who's this little guy? He's funny. Who knows? Who cares? I just want to know what he tastes like. If that doesn't work, you can drop a butt bomb from your anal pouch. Ah, man. Ugh. That's nasty. Get him! And if that still doesn't work, you have other weapons too. Your skin is extra thick, so teeth can rarely pierce it, and it's extra loose, which lets you twist around even if someone gets you in their mouth. You then have those long claws on your front feet and a powerful bite, and you're not afraid to use these on the lion to let her know she's picked on the wrong badger. It sucks to be so small that other animals see you as prey, but it also sucks to be an animal that tries it on with a honey badger because it's a decision they quickly regret. You're now a year and a half old. You've learned all the lessons Mom has to teach you, so you're ready to head off into the world alone. You're a fully grown honey badger, and you're as gangster as they come. Lions, wild dogs, and hyenas will steer well clear since they know you're not to be messed with. And if they forget that lesson, you'll be happy to teach it to them again. But there's something else about your life as a honey badger that really sucks. Between a quarter and half of your diet is made up of poisonous snakes like cobras or even black mambas, and they're not much fun to catch. It's time for a meal, and you've spotted your prey slithering through the bush. You run in to deliver the fatal bite, but as you do, the snake bites you too. You feel your body start to stiffen and go numb as the snake's venom courses through your veins. You quickly lose consciousness and are left lying lifeless on the floor next to the dead snake. But then, a few minutes later, your feet begin to twitch, then your eyes open, you roll over and stand up. You shake your head, slightly groggy, but then you shrug off the effects of the poison as if nothing had happened and dig into a meal of fresh snake. Deadly snake venom? Nah, it's nothing. You've evolved immunity to snake venom, so you can survive a dose of poison that would kill a fully grown man. This is another of your favorite meals, and this is how you get your claws on it. And even though you survive, it's still a sucky way to hunt. Something else that sucks about being a honey badger is that even though you're the one that does all the hunting, sometimes other animals steal your prey. Jackals and goshawks are two of the worst for this, so you need to be wary after you make a kill, or they'll be eating instead of you. But actually, you don't let it bother you too much because you know something they don't. If you're hungry, you can climb trees to take goshawk eggs, and you're quite happy to feast on baby jackal when you can catch one. So, you'll get your revenge, and it will be cold. As a fully grown male honey badger, you're not much for company. If you meet other honey badgers, it might turn violent. And since another adult male honey badger will be just as much of a tank as you, that's something you're best off avoiding. So, how then do I warn other honey badgers off? How else? You pee everywhere. You leave your poop about and you rub your flaking skin on everything you find. That's the way you communicate, which is pretty gross. But that's not going to bother you, is it? You're naturally not into nice manners. And it's not just other honey badgers that don't like you. You're often not popular with people either. That's because you love breaking in and stealing their chickens. Sometimes you'll even attack sheep and goats when you really decide to choose violence. One thing you have on your side is your intelligence because you can open latches and solve puzzles, so it's hard to keep you out of a chicken coop. Then, once you're in, you turn into a bloodthirsty killer. You might slaughter all the chickens in the hen house just because you feel like it before making off with just one to eat. But whatever. What are they going to do? Come after you with dogs? We all know how badly that's going to turn out for the dogs. So what's left? You're a fully grown male, almost 30 inches long. You're big and fierce enough to fight off a pride of lions. You can kill and eat cobras, and there's nothing on the entire planet you fear. So now it's time to find a mate. Time to put that anal pouch to use again then, and let the ladies nearby know you're here by rubbing it on everything. The girls will also mark the area with their anal pouches to announce their presence, and they'll pee everywhere too, to let you know they're ready to mate. Classy. Not exactly Chanel, but it'll do. Yeah, we warned you not to expect much romance in your life as a honey badger. When you finally meet her, she'll probably want to fight you first, but you're bigger than her, and if you're persistent, you'll get what you came for. There are no elaborate rituals involved, and once the job is done, just like your father, you don't bother sticking around to get to know her better. You certainly won't be there to help bring up the baby. That's her job. You probably won't ever meet your kids either, and if you do, you won't know they're yours. In fact, if you do meet them, you'll probably just fight them like you fight everything else you see. So yeah, it sucks to be a honey badger. But at least you're a hardcore little unit that simply does not give one